If you like this and you want to get it for yourself, then go to my Patreon at patreon.com/Papercraft. With only a $2 subscription, you are able to get this and every other project I have done in the past. Also, remember to leave a comment, rating and subscribing to my channel. It helps us a lot. Thank you and enjoy the video. Hello and welcome. This is Silverox, and on today's episode we are going to be making the WoW Artifact Weapon Ashbringer. Now this was the test build I did in preparation for this video, so to start off, delete everything and save it so there's no turning back right now. So to start off we are going to make cursor to the center, and then we're going to create a plane. Going into front view, immediately going into edit mode, rotate it by 90, and I'm just going to move this over here and scale it down. It's pretty much the size of the blade itself. Now the blade isn't completely straight on Ashbringer, so let's pull it to the side. As you can see, this goes inward towards the handle, so just rotate it slightly, and this is pretty much it. And when it comes to the front view, is also slightly rotated, so we are going to rotate it down just a hair. Now from here, all we are going to do is create the outline for the entire blade. So while I'm doing this, I'm actually going to talk a bit about WoW. I actually played WoW only, I believe, until the Burning Crusade. I do it as a Death of the Lich King. I don't actually remember at this point, but I actually haven't played WoW in quite a long time. So I know that they are talking about artifact weapons, but I don't know if they are either implemented just yet on the game or if it's just talking for now. But I was actually quite excited to know that they are reintroducing Ashbringer, since lore-wise it was one of my favorite weapons, and of course I always liked the design, but the time I got in I couldn't get Ashbringer anymore, so it kind of wasn't worth it talking about it. Now they are bringing it back. I actually also saw a lot of the skins for it, and they actually do look quite interesting, but like I said, I don't know if it's in the game yet. I haven't played the game in quite a while, so I'm unaware of the state of WoW now. I believe there was quite a bit of controversy lately because the way they were doing, not lately, but there was a problem with a fan server that they actually took down, and a lot of people didn't like that. Hey, to each his own, I guess. Well, now the blade is done, so we are going to go. We have to create this isn't core. This is like an indent created in the blade itself. This indent I do not believe is in the actual model. From what I understand, this is a texture only, so you can't actually see this if you would see from a specific angle. But I will be putting it in, so just create like this. No, actually, let me redo that. I'm going to follow the curvature of this cut right here, so if it looks like I'm making too big a hole, that's probably why you can see that. Move it over, and it pretty much ends right here. Now, as you can see, from this point to this point, this entire part isn't actually used, since this goes from a flat surface into this flat surface. So I did on my last one, which I deleted so I can show you, is I made a line going down this side and down here, and from here just curve it up until it met this point. So that's what I'll be doing right now. from here, I hate this mouse, I have to get a new mouse. This one is acting up. So something like, oh my goddamn mouse. And there we go. And the same thing is going to be done on this side, but on this side I'm going to go from around here. It's gonna come down. Okay, I have to either get a new mouse or fix this one. This one is getting the problem with it's double clicking anytime you do something. I don't like this, so delete this face and this face. Going to vertex select mode, and what I'm going to do now, it starts closing these off. Maybe this isn't going to be needed, so I may just, there we go, select this, select these four, add 3 vertices in the middle to meet the amount of vertices on the top, press F until pretty much everything is done. The same thing goes over here. Just do it this way. This is going to pretty much just forming the base of the blade itself. So I should be able to just add these. And there we go. The base of the blade is actually done at this point, so I'm going to add a mirror just to see how thick the blade itself is going to be. Just there we go. Now before we do the center, I'm going to actually do the blade, the edge of the blade. Now the blade itself, you don't need to be very careful about it, because at the end what we are going to do is pretty much collide both parts like this. So this doesn't need to be very specific saying, so there you go. All I'm doing is making sure that the curve of the blade isn't actually crooked or anything. Yeah, something like that. From here I'm just going to add another cut loop until it meets this point right here, because this, as you can see, is going to be it's not actually completely square, so I'm actually going to pull this down, and once again I'm going to meet both parts, not meet, create the curve on this part. Don't worry about the cut right there, that's one of the last things I'm going to do. In my test build I realized that trying to do that early on wasn't actually a very good idea. So just select the entire thing. I know I haven't done that part yet, but select the entire thing, collide it with the other side, fill that part, and there you go. The blade of the weapon is now done. So we can select this entire thing, press E to extrude it and collide it with the other side. Just fix these triangles and there you go. Now from here you can see that we are going to have to create this part, so I'm just going to meet the vertices here, but this line is actually it's not because it's an angle, but it should be in line with that. So we are actually going to need to pull this entire thing inward. So just pulling inward, leave it with a slight angle. And this should be it right here. So we are now going to close the entire thing off. Need to create an extra vertex, and now we look if we see if it looks good enough. I'm going to leave it like this. It actually looks better than I did in my last try, so I'm going to keep this, and we are going to repeat the process to the back here. To just create a straight line to that point, that point, that point, and there we go. I'm just making sure that this is a curve, because this is actually a curve on the actual model itself, so I need to put 3 vertices here. And there we go. Sorry about that. Just pull it inward, put a curve to it, and this should be it. There we go. Create another one here, another one there. Oh, we didn't create because this was a triangle, so it just gave it the 4 vertices. There you go, and that looks nice. Yeah, the curve starts quite late, quite soon actually, but it actually looks decent enough. So the next step, I'm going to select this half circle, press W and press bevel. Now I'm going just to add a slight bevel. This is just to give it some form so it doesn't look as jagged as it is. I learned this on my previous attempt that if you don't add this, it just looks completely flat on the top. If you look for the top, it doesn't look good. Now I'm going to prepare this for later on. Like I said, I already did this, so I know what I'm doing. I'm going to extrude it till about half the way down the handguard, and extrude it again until the end where it meets this piece, the grip. Now what I'm going to do is go back up. I know that I need something like this. Okay, just scale it in the x-axis to make sure they're aligned. I was actually looking at something there, so ignore that. I'm just going to delete that vertex right there and extrude this to the back. Select all of these as Y0 and enter. And all I'm going to do is create a cavity that goes inside the blade itself. You probably already guessed what I'm going to do with this, and if you don't, wait till the end so you can see. Now the next point, exit this object, add a new one, cursor to the center, add a new plane, same process, front view, going into edit mode, rotate by 90, exit edit mode so you can move the object itself without moving the center, without leaving the center of gravity behind. Going back into edit mode, selecting all these vertices, deleting them all, and just going through the process of now building the outside structure for the handguard. This is completely straightforward. There's actually nothing complicated to do here. This obviously doesn't need to be completely accurate to the design, but it does help to leave it as close as possible to the original shape. And this is, there you go. There you go. This is completely done, so I'm going to go into top view, select everything and move it just slightly to the side or like this. I want to leave just a little bit of a gap between the blade itself and the handguard. That looks fine by me. Well, now from here I actually going to go to their actual website to see some things. There you go, this is what I see. If you notice, between the top and the bottom, the top is actually much higher than the bottom, so it does have a slight incline on the handguard itself. So exit that and go back here. I know that I have to angle it pretty much just about the angle of the blade itself. This should be fine. Yeah, this is perfect. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this what would you call this edge around, leaving into the crevice in the center. So shift it to duplicate that and just follow the contours inside. Voice crack, it really doesn't help. A lot of what you do here is just small tweaking, so don't worry about that. This point is going to merge with these two to form a triangle. And I actually regret it now doing that sloppily before, so I have to fix everything now. As you saw when I started the video, I had a test version of this done because I actually spent quite a lot of time thinking on how I would do this, because you can't just jump right into this without expecting it to go wrongly. I used to do this at the beginning, now I don't do it as much, but this turned out to be quite an easy build. I was expecting it to be much more complicated than it actually was, mostly because I was afraid of all of these small details I had to put in, especially the medallion in the center of the blade, and it turns out it's not actually that complicated to make. Okay, I miscalculated here, so I'm going to add a new vertex there. There we go. And there we go. As you can see, it's different shades all around, and I actually made a very big mistake. I should have only angled it after I did everything, so I'm actually going to do all of this right now, and then I'm going to worry about the angle this is in. Just add another loop right there, so this goes fine. And there we go. Now select everything. Let me just and select the center, going into front view and extruding it inwards. Now I had to make sure that my extrusion leaves enough space, so I'm going to pull it slightly outward like this. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create the angle on the edges, so select vertex with vertex select, Control N to fix all of that. I actually just saw a problem right here. Yeah, and I saw what happened. Didn't select this face. So going back into top view, extruding it, selecting everything, you put it back just slightly, and now we can work on fixing this. So just pull this forward slightly, select that vertex in there and pull that in slightly. So this is now just fixing an aesthetic detail, making sure that these are aligned. If you just saw that right there, this actually doesn't look very good. That doesn't look good at all. So make sure that everything is as it should be. Just like that, all the way down to here. I wonder what Wizard would say if they saw me doing this. Just keep moving all the pieces into the right place, and this is why I shouldn't have angled it before, because if I did, this would actually go crooked and I would have to rearrange everything again. And this is the last one. There you go. Control N to fix all the faces. And this is what the design is going to look like from here. Just put it at the same angle of the blade itself, not as big of an angle. And I'm going to go back here because I remember something. I actually had to pull this back and this back again. Or is it? You know what? I'm going to leave that for the end because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. So now select the entire edge, add a mirror to this, and extrude it, making sure the clipping is on, and there we go. This is pretty much the guard of the button. What we need to do now is yeah, that still looks fine. Making sure that it's like that. Add another one right here. Okay, and here now we are going to add a loop all around. Now this loop should, yeah, there you go, it should actually cover this part as well. That looks fine. And I'm going to select this, move it, oh wait, actually select all these, S, X, 0 and enter. Okay, remove the scaling because it didn't help at all. Yeah, that's good there. So I just select this vertex, and I'm going to need to add a cut right here and one right there. Hide the blade, we don't need the blade at this point. And this is it, I believe. Yeah, there you go. Select these vertices to close off everything. Select these two, and there you go. So bring everything back. So it seems It seems everything is fine. Okay, let me just make sure. Yeah, everything is pretty much as it should be. So at this point I'm going to create a handle. This is why I wasn't sure about this part. I'm just going to end up deleting it and simply duplicating this face all the way to the back right here. Just making sure that this follows the contour of the grip itself. Extrude it past the center as Y0 and enter. Yeah, that does give me a decent shape. So remove this. Yeah, we don't actually add a mirror. Control L to Control S, Control L. Select this shape. Exit the edit mode, Control D. Delete this shape again. Hide this, Control L, Alt H, and there we go. Bring this to the gravity center, the center of mass, sorry. There we go. This should be fine right here. Now once again the cursor to the center, go into top view, add a circle. This circle I added wrappers in F6, and I'm going to add, I believe it was 12. Yeah, 12 is what I'm going to use. Rotate it by 90, pull it down, and now all I'm going to do is follow the contours of the handle itself. So very easy to do, nothing complicated at all. This is actually the easiest part of the entire thing, believe it or not. I don't know what is calling the actual an actual sword, but this is the counterweight that helps you swing the sword much more efficiently without it dragging you all around. So this is going to be a separate part, and from here I'm going to have to merge these with these. So no, I actually have to add one here and one here. Oh, clipping wasn't done. Well, isn't this colliding? Why? But it turns out this was just my stupidity. So I'm gonna pull this up. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this up right here and merge these two. I'm gonna pull this down. This goes there and goes up again. Just making sure that the curve is still intact. So from this angle I'm actually going to delete that size because the shape of the handle is not going to change, so I can leave it like that. So what I need now, I need this to close, I need this to close. That goes like that, that goes like that, and this should be able to close everything. There you go. Control N to fix all of that. And from here, I'm going to pull this back, extrude this forward till about there, and from this point, this is what I should have done before. This piece is going to extrude all the way to over here, on the inside, this is going to extrude all the way back on the outside. So to do that, I'm actually creating this. Control 7 to go on the underside view. Okay, there we go, that's fine. So let's go select these, X, S, X, 0 and enter. Select just the center of this and extrude it forward. There we go. So Alt A just so I have these. So in the center I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices, so add 6 cut loops. Select the 2 on top and press F until everything is filled. This is the grip of a blade, so I'll take to bring everything back, add this, and here, what am I going to do? Okay, I actually like to pull this back and I have to create an indent here, so to create that, okay, until it meets that point. Once again, the K until it meets that point, S, X, 0 and enter. I'm gonna pull this back. From here I know I have to delete this. I have to delete that and select this and extrude them. I'm going to extrude them past this point we created, and it's going to be till about here. This should be fine. Going to this, I'm going to select this entire thing right here, and then I pull it until it's back from the line we made. So that's fine right there. So this piece is done. I only need to finish this one. Select these vertices, close them, select these, close them, and loop on the center, select those and close them. So at this point, the blade and the handle actually fuse in the center of the grip itself, so this should be a strong enough connection. The blade, even if it is slightly hollow, this ridge right here should have a considerable amount of resistance on the top. My only concern will be the front right here and maybe the back, since they are the widest, but that shouldn't be a problem. They should be able to hold their shape quite well. So what I need to do now is create the pommel. That's it, I remember the name, the pommel of the sword. So cursor to center like always to keep everything aligned. How much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is an 8 vertices circumference, so circle, F6, 8. I'm gonna have it 10 just to be different. Going to front view, edit mode with vertex selection, rotate by 90. Exit edit view, so I can move this. And move the center of mass around as well. And I'm trying to make sure that this line doesn't go past this point. It can go inside just fine, but it shouldn't go past that point, like this. So this is fine. Going inside to edit mode, extrude it to the center right here. This pulls outward, select everything and pull it like this. Select that again with, I believe, it's alt left click to select a loop that goes inward till about the point where the others are. So alt A, there we go. So you can see exactly what I'm doing without having that giant mess in the way. Align all of those. that goes like this, and this goes out quite considerably, so just close it. Now back, it keeps closing 3D view. Back to the website, you can see that this part is all angled, sorry, not all angled, and then the center part is even at a steeper angle. So I know that this entire thing going to top view is angled like this. Just pull it outward just slightly, and this part, selecting everything, is angled even more like this. So, and then the whole thing, making sure like this, angles even further. So this is one angle, add into another, add into another. So make sure you do it right. So select that, making sure that clipping is on. Control N to fix all the faces, and there you go. The pommel is now done. Alt H to bring everything back and go back into the handle. And from here, just making sure that everything is right. There you go. So we do the same thing on the bottom. This is just going to be a simple contact, low point, Alt H, select all of these, extrude them to the center, and close these. There you go. This now joins with that part joins with this part, and this part goes over all of them. So other than the medallion in the center, the only thing we have to do now is this part. So once again, cursor to center, add a circle. I'm going to put 8 at this time because this is, no, actually now I'm going to put, yeah, I'm going to leave it at 10. Point that mode, rotate by 90, scale it down, move it until I would believe this will be the center of the circle, as this was a complete circumference, so this should be fine. Now actually this isn't, I have to go edit this, and there you go. So just add 2 cuts, select both of them and pull them forward. This all is deleted, and this all is selected. Actually no, I'm going to do this, pull this just outside of the blade itself, like this. I know that this goes almost all the way to the side, as you can see right there, so this is fine. This is why I left a complete circumference, so I can scale it and it actually looks properly. So delete that. I said delete that. Select these two, SY 0 and enter. No, forget that. I forgot that this is actually at an angle, so keep that. Control N, and there you go. Just add a slight angle to this. This is pretty much as it is. Now, if you saw in my other thing, my test build so in the beginning, there was the design of the hand in the middle. I'm not going to add it on this one. It turned out to be a very complicated thing to make, and turning that into a paper model is actually where the problem starts. There was too much detail and it was too small to work with. So I'm just going to add a circle, and that's pretty much going to be it. Now to finish this, let's go to the same process we always have, making sure that we are not inside that object. Another circle. I'm going to add a few more vertices to this one. 14 should be enough. Going into edit mode, rotate it by 90, exiting it and moving it there till here. That should be fine. Going to top view, because on top view I have print screen I took of the okay, once you're in edit mode, I took a print screen of the website, so add mirror to this. I forget that this doesn't come by default selected. Yeah, that should be fine. This extrudes till this, shrinks till that point, and this is pretty much it. There we go. This is Ashbringer, the Artifact Weapon Ashbringer. So the last thing we have to do is actually save this and export it as an OBJ file. Now that it's exported, we can simply open up, where did I go? This, close this, and there we go. The Ashbringer Artifact Weapon is now ready to unfold. Now we actually have to decide the size of it. I'm not going to do something random. I will be deciding how big it's actually going to be in the future, so unfold. And you are given, this usually is an auto, I have a manual, and given a default size. The depth is how long it is, so I'm just going to make this 10 centimeters long. And from here I will just have to unfold it manually. I'm actually going to do that off screen, that won't be shown in the recording, so you don't need to worry about it. Now, what I would like you to do is, would you like me to make the indent of the hand, the hand on the medallion itself of the blade? And if so, would you also like me to do the engravings on the blade itself? If so, then do leave a comment. It's also appreciated. Subscribe, all of that. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.